We sometimes have a need in supporting CSST to examine raw data. In other words, get into data in a way that you cannot do in CSST itself. And to illustrate how you go about doing that, I'm currently logged into our New Jersey CSST hosted server 192.168.102.2, which I'll produce another video on how to log into the various hosted CSST servers. But once you're here in my computer, Windows Explorer, I have set up in favorites all the customers that are on this computer. So I'm going to start with this one. This is a CSST install folder, which will always have more or less the same contents. The path names will vary depending on where they are and how many people are installed on the server and so forth, but it's always going to be a /CSST folder. And in that folder there will also always be an other folder, which we use for garbage and a lot of other things. And in that folder there is always a copy of this utility, FOXCOM.EXE. If you double click that to run it, this is an older version and it will give you this command line entry only. In order for it to be useful to you, you need to have a window up. And in order to do that, if you happen upon this older version where you don't get the window by default, the command is _screen, SCREEN .visible equals true in the FOXPRO language is .t or false would be .f but .t and case does not matter here. And just hit enter, and it will bring up a window surrounding the command line entry. I'm going to go to one where that happens automatically just to illustrate how that happens. So the exit command in FOXPRO is quit. So type in quit, hit enter, and you're out of it. Okay, in favorites, we'll go to the mild CSST version, and here we have the same CSST. This is another installed version of CSST on this server, and of course we have the other folder, and in that the FOXCOM.EXE, and when we double click it, it comes up with the window visible automatically. So we don't need the _screen.visible equals true in order to get the screen here. In order to look at data, you need to, let's minimize this for a second, you need to get to the data folder. And the data folder in most CSST installations that are not on Server 2008 or Windows 7, the data will be underneath the CSST folder itself as a data folder like this. In Server 2008 and Windows 7 or Vista, that's not possible, and so the data folder will be somewhere else. And you'll need to find out where that is using the CSST INI file, which we can talk about in other contexts. To get the window back up, the command to change directories is the old DOS change directory command in FOXPRO. It piggybacks the DOS command into the FOXPRO language. So it's CD. And in this case, data is, recall we're running from the other, CSST /other. So CD ... for parent directory, and then /data will get us there. So now the active directory is the data directory. And if you want to see where you are, you can type print, which is the question mark, current directory. Let's do this the other way around. FULLPA, full path, is a function. CURDIR is another function. Current directory. So into function, another in parentheses, and you'll get that. So it's showing you that we are now in, /program files, CVC miles, /program files, /CVC, CSST, /data, which is where we want to be. To open a table, from that data folder. The command, the Visual Fox Pro command, is use, USE space, and then the table name. So if you wanted to look at the dates table, which is one of the ones that you will most commonly need to look at, it's use in the command line, dates. That does nothing unless there's an error, in which case the error message will appear in text up in the upper left-hand corner of the window. So the table is now open in a work area, and the way to look at it is the browse command. So BROW, and you don't need any more. With most Fox Pro commands, you need no more than the first 4 letters. There's a few exceptions to that. The full command is browse, and of course it'll take it either way, BROW, BROWSE, and that brings up then the dates table that is currently selected. And in this browse window now, as is the case with all browse windows, when you bring them up this way interactively from the command line, you're looking at live data, and anything you do here will change that live data. So you have to be careful about, resting your elbow on the keyboard, so to speak, because anything that you change is permanently changed in data. Now you can hit escape. Sometimes you can hit escape and back out of something that you did inadvertently. But in general, the word of the day is be careful how you use this. So you can type things in here and change things. So this is a date time field. So if I wanted to change this to the 15th, for example, I just highlight the 15, and I've now done that. It's now 7/15/2002 instead of 7/16/2002. Likewise, in this field, if we change this to something, if I just type XXX in here, I've actually changed the value in that field to CSST XXX. So it's just a matter of looking at the data. If you need to change things or delete things, you can do that. By the way, deleting a record in Fox Pro does not actually delete it. It simply marks it for deletion. And the deletion function in a browse window is the little bar just to the left of the record line. So if you click on that, it goes black. That would indicate that that record is now marked for deletion, and it won't show up in the customer's view of the data in CSST. So you can also uncheck it simply by clicking it again. Closing the window with the CLOSE-X, yes, we'll close the window. That table is still in use. If you want to close out of it with the table selected, the use command with no parameter will close it. And so that would close the table out. Quitting out of this command line will also close any open data that you've got in active at the time. So just quit. We'll close out of it, and at that point you're done.